Okay, great, Karishma. So, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
I'm great. Nice to see you again. So, we are meeting quite after quite some time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so how's it going? How's your English practice going?
It is going okay, okay. With kids, I'm not getting so much of time to invest in learning, but still, I'm just practicing every day.
Okay, all right. Okay, so how do you practice these days?
Through conversation, I
Hmm.
most of the time I try to connect with some other learners and try to
Hmm.
have a conversation for 15 to 20 minutes. Most of the time, it is through video call. So that is the only
Okay,
practice I'm doing these days. Yes.
okay, that's nice. So, how are you connecting with different learners?
There is a group on Skype where most of the learners
Okay,
are there. I think more than 500 people are there. So
okay,
whenever I feel free, that I can just simply drop a message, and whosoever is free at that time, the person can join me, and this is how I am just practicing.
okay. Wow, that's nice.
Yes,
And you are taking these classes regularly?
almost every day. Yeah.
Okay, all right, great. Okay, so our today's topic is being sick costing a lot? Okay,
Yes.
would you like to discuss this topic?
Yes, yes, sure, we can discuss. This is something new for me. I have never spoke on about something like that.
Okay, all right. Okay, so what do you feel about the medical treatments or the medical facilities in your city?
If see, I was born and brought up in Delhi, so that is my hometown, you can say that. So if I talk about the medical facilities in Delhi, they are, I think, good, because most of the good government hospitals are there in Delhi city, and most of the people, like, they come from different states to get the treatment. And presently, I'm living in Gurgaon, and I don't find any single government hospital here in Gurgaon which is good. And almost all hospitals are like private hospitals, like Medanta, Fortis, Max, and they all are very costly. Like a normal middle class person, I don't think that they can afford that hospital. So, in terms of Delhi, because that's a capital, I think medical facilities are appropriate. But in the other states, I really do not have idea about the other state, but I know a little bit that the condition of medical facility is not really great, and it's not yet up to the mark.
Right. Okay. So, so do you think that healthcare facilities have become more expensive today than before?
Yes, it is very expensive. Now, I still remember when I was a child, I was a kid when I got sick or something like that, and I used to go to the doctor. We used to give 200, 300 rupees maximum fee, like consultancy fee. So, but now that has increased, and minimum, a normal good doctor who is MBBS, he charge up to minimum like 700, 2,000, and in Gurgaon it is 1,500, like in the good hospitals. So it is very costly. Even if you are just for like going for the first time, it's just spending 1,500 rupees for a consulting a doctor. And then the treatment itself is very costly. It is, I was just discuss the consultancy amount, but after that, if you want to proceed with the treatment, the
Mhm.
medication, the equipments that they use, that is very costly, and it's really not up to the mark. I feel it's very difficult for a lower middle class people to get good treatment at this time, especially. Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah. And yeah, but and even in government hospitals, though they are cheaper, but still, do you think that medical facilities are good?
Okay, so
I
now
don't
I
think
would
so.
like to share my personal experience, which is very recent with AIMS Hospital.
Okay.
If I talk about the general normal lower class people, actually they
Hmm.
are struggling a lot. But once you
Hmm.
will get the admission in that hospital and you will
Hmm.
be getting that treatment, that is amazing. All the facilities are amazing. I remember my mom was sick, and she need to be operated. It is in the
She
last
needed
year.
to be.
She needed to be operated, yeah. So
Hmm.
we were, we had to faced a lot of trouble to reach
We
out the
faced a lot
doctor.
of trouble. Not had to.
Okay.
We faced a lot of trouble.
we faced lot of trouble to reach out the doctor, but once
Hmm.
she got admission in that hospital, the treatment was
Hmm.
really good. It's like commendable. I feel appreciate, and the doctors were like really amazing. I feel that the staff, that is not good, but all, if I talk about the doctors, they are really good. So
Hmm.
yes, but yes, it's very difficult to get admission or treatment in the government hospital too. We have to wait in long queues for so many
Hmm.
days, and then your number will come. And again,
Hmm.
it's very difficult. I personally experienced that, but
Yeah.
facilities are still good.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. And I also recently heard about that healthcare facilities in UK are not good. I mean, not good, but I mean, it's really expensive. Rather exorbitant prices are there, and you have to wait for like 5 to 6 hours in emergency only.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, so that's really, I don't know if it is everywhere the same or it is just in the big cities. Can't say. Yeah.
I have also heard about Canada. One of my friends, she was there, so she shared this thing to me that in Canada you cannot get the medicine out of the counter, like from the chemist shop, which we usually
Hmm.
purchase
You can
in
get it
our
easily.
city.
Yeah.
It is
Hmm.
not normal. It's not the culture there. You need
Hmm.
written prescription by the doctor to buy the medicine. Then only you will get that. And even if you have some emergency, you have to wait for a long time. You are not getting treatment instantly like you get in the India. So India, in terms
Hmm.
of health, she told me this is her opinion because she was living there for quite some time. So she has
Hmm.
experienced all those things, and she said, if I talk about the healthcare facilities, that is really good in India as compared to the
Hmm.
other cities. You can't even
Yeah.
take a single headache medicine without prescription. Even you have a headache, you want to buy medicine, you have to write from the doctor. Then only you will get that.
You have to get it written. You have to get the prescription
You
first.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, true. Actually, even I feel though, but I feel that the private hospital, though they are charging really heavily, but still the services are pretty good, I would say. No,
Hmm.
at least you get the services in time. Then I would say you go to emergency or you go to OPD, at least you're immediately taken care of.
Yeah, that is
That-
absolutely true.
so
Because
there's
my
some
mother
kind
is,
of relief.
yeah, no, that I agree with your statement. Yes, private hospital in terms of that it's good, but there is one problem with these hospitals because they always, I have seen that they exaggerate the matter of, like,
Exaggerate.
exaggerate. Okay.
Hmm.
So they
Hmm.
exaggerate the matter. If, for example, if you have a normal gastric problem, they will ask you to get the CT scan, MRI,
Hmm.
everything. Yeah, they like knowingly they do that. They know it's just a normal gastric problem. The
Hmm.
person will be filed within 2 to 3 days. They show extra care, or maybe they are taking heavy money, like
Hmm.
out of
Hmm.
this extra care. So maybe from that perspective, I feel that they are not
Yeah.
good for government hospital. It is good that they are not knowingly do anything. Whatever your problem is, whatever problem you are facing, they are only going to treat that problem. They are not going
Hmm.
to exaggerate that.
Hmm. True, actually. Yeah. So, Karishma, one thing that do work on subject verb agreement and second tenses. Okay, these two topics. Subject verb agreement is that if the subject is singular, the verb is also singular. So the verb always agrees with the subject. Okay, so the verb changes according to tenses and it also has to agree with the subject. Okay, that is why keeping in mind all these things in the sentence becomes a little bit tricky, because the verb is the trickiest part, I guess, right? So
Right.
yeah, so for example, if you're talking about a third person, okay, like you said, a doctor charge, no, it should be a doctor charges,
Charges.
right? So verb in the plural form does not take s, verb in the singular form takes an s,
Yes.
right? So yeah, that's one thing. Second, tenses. Okay, so if you're talking about the past, stick to past tense. If you're talking about present, and if you're talking about things in general, right, use simple present tense
Simple
and
present
not
tense.
future tense. Okay, do not use will in that case. Will is used for talking about
Future.
definite planned action that will take place in the future. Okay, all
Okay.
right. And also vocabulary. Okay, try to practice some more vocabulary, some different expressions, some idioms, couple of idioms, or some different more, synonyms. I would suggest synonyms you can work on, expressions you can work on, phrasal verbs, or idioms, right? So they really create an edge in your language. So just to try to work on that, right? So for and like once you have used one word, okay, try that the same word should not be repeated in, if
Okay.
you're talking about the same thing. Let's say you use the word costly, okay, so
Expensive.
try to, yes, expensive, exorbitant, or it usually costs an arm and a leg, right?
Yes.
Or the prices are skyrocketing, right? It's, and if you cannot think of the synonyms at the moment, try to rephrase the sentence in a way that it should look fresh.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so you can say, like, it's not, so you can say, if you cannot think of a word for costly, you can say it's not cheap, right? It's pretty heavy, or try to rephrase it somewhere. So try to play around with words, so as to add more color, I would say, to your language. Okay, all right. So what precautions do you take in general so as not to fall sick and to avoid these medical expenditure?
Most of the time, it's all about my children. I should not say that I'm taking care of myself a lot, but at the same time, I'm taking care of my kids. I make
Hmm.
sure that in the day, at least they have washed their hands each and every time they're coming. For example, let's say if they're going to the park, so when they're
Hmm.
coming back, they should wash their hands. And
Hmm.
always I try to give them bath, no matter how cold weather it is. I try to bath both of my kids regularly, and
Hmm.
my younger one is quite young, so sometimes my family members they say that don't give him bath, it's too young, and
Hmm.
it's very cold outside. But when I consult the same thing with the doctor, she told me that we should every day we should bath our children. It's
Hmm.
not like that it's cold outside though, so we should not take them bath. So that is the very basic hygiene we should maintain:
Hmm.
brushing teeth, washing your hands, washing
Hmm.
your legs even if you are coming from park or from
Hmm.
outside. And these are the basic precautions I usually take. And in this winters, wearing that scarf or cap,
Hmm.
socks, mittens, not mittens exactly, the gloves. So these
Hmm.
are these kinds of precautions I'm taking. And one thing is drinking enough water in a day. That is
Hmm.
very mandatory, because in the winters, most of us we don't feel really thirsty.
Thirsty.
So
Hmm.
at the
Yeah.
same time, it is very important to keep yourself hydrated. And
Hmm.
I make sure that my children they should be he should hydrated, and so I always run behind them to have enough water. That is
Hmm.
one more thing. Second is I always try to give them turmeric in form of
Hmm.
along with milk at night.
Hmm.
So it has good properties, antibacterial properties, I can say that. So it can help you to be warm inside. So that is one
Hmm.
thing I do every day. Except that I prefer, not exactly, I prefer my mother-in-law. She's very old. So she
Hmm.
takes kadha every day. And that
Hmm.
kadha contains so many herbs like clove,
Hmm.
cinnamon, black pepper. So these are
Hmm.
the things she makes kadha, and now like every day she's drinking that. So these are the basic things I'm doing.
Yeah, right. Because it's also very important to prevent to prevent diseases or so much so accidents as much as we can, to avoid unnecessary expenditure. Since we are talking about expenditure cost, in healthcare facilities, that is why I'm talking from that point of view. Okay, all right. So how can you prevent accidents at home, like falling or cutting, and so as to avoid medical expenses?
Yeah, I'm presently doing it. I'm very much aware of these things nowadays because my younger one, he's 1.5 years old. So it is his age. He wants to reach everywhere, whether it's a
Yeah.
knife, stairs. He loves climbing stairs. If you will open your door just for a single minute, not even a minute, few seconds, he will run up to the stairs. So we need to be very careful. We have to keep an eye on him whole 24/7. If he's
Hmm.
awake, even if he's sleeping, I make sure that my door is properly locked. It is like
Hmm.
Now one more thing is happening right now. He started opening door just by himself. So now
Hmm.
it's very risky for us. Especially when I'm working in the kitchen, I make sure that if he's coming in the kitchen, I make sure that I will put all these knives,
I put
spoon, or
not all,
sharp
will
objects.
put. Hmm.
Yeah, all the
Put,
sharp
not will
objects.
put.
Okay. So I make sure that
Hmm.
I put all the sharp objects out of his reach, because as soon
Hmm.
as he enters in the kitchen, he tries to touch everything which is just nearby him. So these days we are taking so much of precaution, especially yeah, like the table corners. I always feel like what if he will, what do we
He
say
can
stuff,
bang his head
bang his head.
against.
What if he
Yeah.
bang his head? So
Hmm.
we take care of that thing also, and whole day I'm just looking here and there. Some like whole day I'm doing something and something just to take care of him, because that will
Hmm.
literally cost an arm and an leg.
Hmm.
So it's very risky time for us, at least up to the age of 4. I think so, yeah,
Hmm.
4,
Hmm. Couple of years. Yeah.
couple of years, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I know. Because it's not. Yes, it is of course stressful if somebody falls sick or somebody gets hurt. But apart from that, taking since we are living in the metropolitan city and the cost of medical treatment is too high, so
Mhm.
and we know, and it's just so full of hassles. And now, as you said rightly, that now we have to undergo so many tests and scans and everything. So the entire
Yes,
procedure becomes lengthier, costlier. It's not
yes,
easy. Yeah.
yes, yes.
And okay, so how does investing money and effort in installing safety sensors and seat belts in cars help you save on medical expenses?
That can help you, but I don't think that's too much effective because we don't have a car seat. When we go anywhere, I carry my child in my lap only. But yes, I have seen many people just, if you are going on a long journey, then it is advisable that you should
Hmm.
install that car seat and, everything for the precaution. But otherwise, if you are not going anywhere, it's not a long trip, you have to go like half an hour of distance, that would be fine. You can carry your child in your lap. I don't know
Hmm.
much about it.
No, it's okay. Yeah. And other than that, not only for kids, but do you think we should take some other precautions while traveling in cars, so that so as to avoid any kind of accidents and to save on medical expenses?
What kind of other precautions we can take? I really do not have any idea except that seat belt. We should do that. Apart from
Hmm.
that, it's depend on the driver. Like, how is he driving the car? It's not
Hmm.
like an other person can't do anything. If somebody is driving,
Actually,
he has
couple
to
of
be.
things are also there.
He,
As a passenger, also, I read about it that car safety tips. I was reading. So especially like since we are living in Delhi and here in Gurgaon, and over here in summers the temperature becomes really high. So we tend to keep water bottles in the car.
okay.
Sometimes the water bottles are left. So even that is, that also can lead to fire accidents, because
Mhm.
that catches all the heat and it just magnifies it. So that
Mhm.
is there. We should not keep any perfume or deodorants in the car dashboard. Some people do
Okay,
keep
that I
that.
don't know. But why?
Yes. Yeah, because they at least especially in summers, at the peak of these summers. So
Mhm.
when the temperature inside the car becomes really high, okay,
Yes.
and these are highly inflammable, the
Okay.
perfumes and deodorants, and because of their cans, they are packed in the steel cans, metal cans, so they
Mhm.
trap a lot of heat inside and they are highly inflammable. So that also should be avoided. So things like these should not be left in the car.
Okay.
Glasses, water bottle, any kind of inflammable items like perfumes and deodorants, which can trap energy and which trap the heat, and they get heated, and there are chances of any kind of mishappening. So these things should be avoided.
Okay,
That
okay.
is
So
there.
yeah, that is correct. I think yeah, in summers we even whenever we are going to the car, we always try to, how to say, cool down. Like its outer surface is also very hot, so we
Hmm.
try to put some water on that and then we go somewhere. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. And how do you think people can prepare for the financial costs of being sick?
Financial cost, because mediclaims are there. I think that is
Hmm.
one major thing which every person should understand, that it is important. Earlier,
Hmm.
there was not much awareness among the people, but now people are aware, especially if they're working in a good corporate company. They are already getting that cover from the
Hmm.
company side, and even for the whole family, not only for the person who's working in the company, but for the entire family. So that is good option you can avail. And second is that you should always purchase uh, another mediclaim apart from your office, because there's a limit in certain offices, like you will get only cover till 4 lakh rupees, but now even a small surgery it took like 4 5 lakhs 6 lakhs. It's very very common. So you never know what happen in future, what kind of
Yeah.
surgery you may need in future. So
Hmm.
I think for that, that is one only thing you can do. For the financial stabilities also, you can invest some money in shares in the markets or in the SIPs. You should have some amount with yourself every time, so that in any kind of emergency you can use it. You should not ask others, like you should not ask others help in that matter. Yeah, these are the basic things a person can do.
Yeah, true. Okay, all right. So now I would like to discuss with you some idioms that we can use in our daily conversation, right? So let's also learn. Okay, this noise is started. My entire
Your
apartment,
voice is very low.
yeah, because this my entire apartment building is undergoing some reconstruction work.
No, but I'm not able
So
to hear your voice. Earlier it was fine, just like few seconds
now
ago
is it
it's like
okay?
very low.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
try
fine.
to, yeah, the voice is
It's fine.
maximum. Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, a couple of some idioms that you can use, right? First is a piece of cake. Okay. It means extremely easy. You aware of that? Okay.
Yes.
Can you try to use it in your sentence?
um Cooking delicious lunch is just a piece of cake for me. I can do it like very easily.
Yeah. Correct. Okay. Let the cat out of the bag. Okay.
Okay, revealing
Let the
surprise or something.
yeah. Reveal a secret by mistake. So, can you try to make a sentence using it?
Mm, my brother, he came yesterday from New York, so I asked him to let the cat out of the bag. As soon I've seen he is carrying a great big bag with him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Judge a book by its cover.
Okay. We should never judge a book by its cover. It's the common saying, and we should actually not judge.
Okay. Break a leg.
Break a leg. Okay. Um, Yesterday there was this tournament arranged by my husband's office, and he literally break the leg and win the trophy.
Okay. All right. Break a leg also means good luck. Okay.
Okay,
Wishing
yeah,
someone good luck. Yeah. So
yes, yes,
perform
yes.
well. So I wished
Yeah.
him. So you can say I wished him. That okay. That go break a leg in for the
Okay.
tournament, right? Okay. Under the weather.
I'm I'm under the weather. Today I'm feeling a little bit under the weather.
Okay. All right. Meaning slightly sick. Yeah.
Sorry?
It means slightly sick.
Huh, slightly sick,
Under the
yes.
weather. Okay. Beat around the bush.
Beat around the bush. Okay, let's not beat around the bush. Let's talk, come to the point.
Correct. Okay. Once in a blue moon.
I like junk food, but that is like once in a blue moon.
Yeah. Have butterflies in your stomach.
Today my cousin, she's coming to my home, and what was the idiom? I forgot.
Have butterflies in your stomach.
So the how to say this? I don't know. Can you please
Have
make a
butterflies
sentence?
in your stomach means like feeling
I'm
excited and
excited.
nervous at the same time,
Yes,
right?
yes, I
So
know.
let's say you have to perform on the stage the next day, or you have some important event like some interview. Okay, so you have to appear for an interview the next day. So you can say that I was having butterflies in my stomach. Yeah, okay, because I had an exam, right? Or while waiting for my turn for the interview, I was having butterflies in my stomach.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Okay, all right. So cost an arm and a leg, as I told you. Okay, it means something is too expensive and one cannot afford it. Okay, all right. To hit the nail on the head.
I know the meaning, but I don't know how to use it in a sentence. Hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail
Hmm.
on the head.
Hmm. See, it
No, I
means
don't
like
know.
finding solution, finding answers to a solution, finding answers to a problem. Okay, to say something that is just right at the point, right? So, for example, you were discussing some problem with your husband, and he hit the nail on its head and suggested you the right solution.
Okay.
Okay, that is hit the nail on its head. Great. So, Karishma, you're already aware of a lot of idioms, right? So, do try to use them. It's not that you have to use all the time, idiomatic language. That also doesn't sound natural. However, do try to use, couple of them here and there. Okay, not all the time, but it's a good idea to use them.
Sometimes.
Yeah, right. Sometimes it's great thing. And do work on vocabulary a bit more. Okay, try to look for synonyms. Try to learn some synonyms and phrasal verbs. Okay, so for example, one phrasal verb that you did not use correctly was give a bath and take a bath. Okay, so I give my kids a bath regularly. Okay, and I take a bath. So taking a bath means when you take a bath
Take
yourself, right?
yourself,
Give a
yes.
bath. So when you have to
I take a
bathe your
bath
children,
regularly.
then you say yes. So I give them a bath regularly. Okay, now these are phrasal verbs. Okay, so in these phrasal verbs, it is just that you cannot replace the words. You have to use those phrases as it is.
Okay.
Okay, yes. Otherwise, the sentence doesn't sound natural. That is the thing with
Okay.
phrasal verbs, right? Anything else that you